a warning to everyone.
Yeah,
What's
that's what
up?
I'm about to do. I'm about to do that. I do that every time we do this with a link to the actual stream.
Yeah, because like I don't know, man. I just feel like something's off about DC events.
Right.
Probably because like all of them are cosmic and they all have something to do with like the it's always universe shattering. There's some Marvel events that are always like most Marvel events are always universe shattering, continuity bending experiences, but with DC it's just like
They take it to the
whenever
whole
we
next
have any
level, and it's just
yeah,
kind
it's
of.
just like
I mean, it's not.
because they have to explain why the Flash has to stand next to Orion, you know?
Yeah. It's kind of weird how they do that. I mean, I get it, but I just wish kind of these like crossover events or these like big events aren't like oh everything is all screwed up and everything's going to end horribly. It's like I kind
Yeah.
of want them to be I don't want them to be normal per se, but I want it to be like just
Yeah,
grounded a little bit. Don't go as far as like Crisis went or Crisis on Infinite Earths, where it's like really
yeah, and
hard to
so
digest.
there's some other things in here too where it's just like a bat like they 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 classify A Lonely Place of Dying as an event, right? That's a Batman book where all
Yeah,
it does is just pretty much just say, Tim is the new Robin. Yeah, take
yeah,
that.
and that's a
Uh,
fucking crisis.
right, and then you've got like War of the Gods is an actual event. Death of Superman is an event. Batman Nightfall, I'm willing to accept event, right? Where it's just like, yeah, you might as well call them events, but like then you have shit like the stuff that's actually events is like Identity Crisis, Infinite Crisis, Amazon's Attack, Sinestro Corps War, Final Crisis, Blackest Night, and even these. Sinestro Corps War is a Green Lantern centric story, so is it really an event? Well, it features Superboy Prime, so it's not an event. Whatever. Final Crisis is an event. Blackest Night is an event. Um, the New 52 apparently is an event all unto itself. That's weird. Convergence sucks. Dark Side War, I have no opinion of. The Lazarus contract, weird. Dark Knight's Metal was absolutely fucking boring. Dark Knight's Metal was just out of this world boring. Oh
Hey
my god,
guys.
I hated Metal. What's going on, bro?
So
Um,
we're just kind of killing some time here while we wait for people to join.
yeah, okay. So, uh, how's it going?
Yes. So sorry, just trying to get back to what I was saying. Um, Dark Knight's Metal is just incredibly boring. Like that's just it. Oh, so just whatever. It's everywhere and nowhere at the same time, and then they're like, oh yeah, Barbados and the Batman Who Laughs, which they need to. I'm glad that they stopped using him, right? Because it's just like Jesus, boring, right? It's like it's the same way with Carnage. I'm just incredibly bored. Yeah, DC events are kind of bad. Most of them are, at least. I don't. The only one that I've enjoyed was Infinite Crisis, right? Doomsday. I did not finish Doomsday Clock because like I was about it up until like the book kept getting like pushed back. So and apparently there's like what happens when the Doom Patrol meets the Justice League of America working together. They can destroy evil interdimensional corporations and called retcon. All right, so there's a DC event called Milk Wars, right? Never heard of
Milk
it.
Wars.
Yep, the Joker
I've
War.
heard about it. Like I've heard it being discussed on in the Doom Patrol community.
Yeah, there's the Joker War is a Batman book. See, they don't even know how to really classify event, right?
So, if Joker War counts as an event book, does Messiah Complex count?
Messiah Complex. Let's look at Marvel events, right? Marvel events, they're pretty clear cut, right? They're pretty clear on what counts as an event and what isn't an event. All right, so Secret Wars 1 and 2, right? Event. Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War, and Infinity Crusade events, right? House of M, an event. Civil War, World War Hulk, Secret Invasion. These all make sense. Siege, Fear Itself, Avengers vs. X-Men, Infinity, Axis, Secret Wars, Civil War 2, Inhumans vs. X-Men, Secret Empire, and War of the Realms are events. The only one that's kind of like questionable here is Infinity, but that's also something that's weird because it features other books, right? Right, there's like you have the main book, which is Infinity, but it crosses over to the Avengers book. So Avengers Assemble, Captain Marvel, Fearless Defenders, Guardians of the Galaxy, Mighty Avengers, Nova, Secret Avengers, Superior Spider-Man Team Up, Thunderbolts, right? So these were the titles that were associated with this event, right? Wolverine and the X-Men also had a tie-in to this. So event, even though it was very Avengers-centric, right? Axis, another Avengers-centric event, but it actually had to change the Marvel Universe. It kind of put it on its head. Secret Wars from 2015, event, right? Empire is an event. King in Black's an event. Devil's Reign is an event. Judgment Day is also. But major events and storylines are like Submariner's Quest for Krang, Daredevil, Doctor Doom swap, Terrible Trio. You see where it's just like some of these events feel like a little grounded. Like if you were to ask me, right, the 2000s, where it's just like, oh yeah, no, House of M is kind of weird, right? It's kind of Civil War is super grounded, right? It's as grounded as you can get with superhero comics. World War Hulk is very focused. Secret Invasion is even more focused than that, right? Where you look at DC events, like if we go to, let's say, let's go to any Crisis, for example. Infinite Crisis is all over the fucking place, and there was things taking place during Infinite Crisis, like the Ranthanagar War, Villains United, and like the OMAC it's like shit like that. Well, that was like stuff that was like going on during it, right? And it's just, what the fuck are you even reading, right? Which is the main event? It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's like in their events,
The main
like,
event.
it's like during their events, there's like a lot of shit going on that just kind of like, why is all this going on? Why can't we just focus on the main issue at hand here?
Yeah.
Hey guys, you know what is the real event in these cases?
What?
The friends we made along the way.
I knew you were gonna say that. I'm just gonna pretend like you didn't though.
Hey, listen! What other explanation is there about this?
Exactly.
Right. Then we have the limited series events. These are major stories like Maximum Security. The thing with Maximum Security is like the Shi'ar and all of the Galactic Council are like, hey, we're fucking tired of Earth being able to whoop all of our asses, right? What if we use it as a prison planet since they're so big and bad? And then the Avengers, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, like the entirety of Earth-based Marvel heroes have to like sequester this like alien invasion that's weird, and then they've got to like stop Ronan the Accuser, who was like their warden, right? It's a pretty cool concept. I don't know if the idea worked as well as it should have, but I really like this event, right? And it's about like the Kree also coming back in full force because they were dead after Operation Galactic Storm, and like about three Kree people, notable Kree people, were like around. It was like the Supreme Intelligence, Galen Core, and Ronan the Accuser, right? Infinity Abyss, Secret War. I really love Secret War because it actually changes the Marvel landscape a little bit. Right. Captain Universe is fucking hilarious. War of Kings is kind of boring. And then we've got
what is like Captain Universe?
Captain Universe is where pretty much random Marvel characters gain the Enigma Force. So it's just like you go from like Spider-Man to like the Hulk getting the Enigma Force. Like I think there's a Wolverine Captain Universe sort of thing. Captain Universe is kind of silly. It's fun.
Yeah, I like Captain Universe and Avengers.
Oh yeah, no, this is when the Enigma Force was just kind of like running around, like they didn't know what they were gonna do with it, right? So like X-23 gets the Enigma Force, Daredevil gets the Enigma Force, Silver Surfer is running around with it, Invisible Woman, and then like the Incredible Hulk, right? It's so funny. It's just like everybody has like these cosmic abilities all of a sudden.
Huh. Alright.
Annihilation's another good one, but it's just like, yeah. But you were gonna say, bro? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so, I'll just let you finish up what you're talking about here, and then we'll get started.
All right. The last one I want to talk about, right? Cosmic Odyssey is a really solid DC event, even though it's like all it is like Darkseid wants the anti-life equation.
So is it basically every single event?
It's what you think a DC event would be, but it's actually competent because it's written by Jim Starlin and drawn by Mike Mignola.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's oh yeah, it actually like does a lot of character work for like Jon Stewart. Batman gets a lot to do in the book. Darkseid's kind of cool. And it's just like Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, and like Starfire are working with like the new gods. Right? It's really cool. It's just like, but you guys are weird. I don't really care about this. Right? But weirdly enough, I like it.
Alright, so, what do we want to get started here on? Do we want to go over news here, news, television, stuff like that, or,
Let's start with news and television.
Alright.
Welcome. Television and movies, you mean?
Yeah, I'll read off the things here. So we're gonna start with the Batman animated series is coming to Amazon. Like the new Batman the Caped Crusader, which by the way, this is being helmed by Ed Brubaker, Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Batman writer. Right.
Okay. This is my most anticipated superhero project now. Fuck Fantastic Four. Fuck every single superhero project currently in the works. Batman the Caped Crusader by Ed Brubaker is my new most anticipated project.
This also, well, he's like the series editor, and then you have like Bruce Timm, J.J. Abrams, who finally did something over at DC Comics, over at like Warner Brothers, and then you have Matt Reeves is also attached to this. So this is probably going to be the biggest Batman show, right?
At least since BTAS, I think.
So they say that this is supposed to be like the new BTAS. Like they're saying that this is more BTAS than BTAS will ever be. Right?
Okay, this I am excited for this just because of the creative talent behind it. You know,
Yeah.
like there are so many talented people working on it, and I feel like the end result will be at least interesting to see.
You and
Um,
me both, yeah.
yeah. Uh, Also, I find it funny that like two of the most anticipated superhero shows for me are coincidentally both on Amazon.
Yeah. Invincible and Batman.
Yeah, yeah. Man,
So what
Invincible season 2 sounds good.
so what about you, Vlad? How do you feel about Batman the Caped Crusader coming to Amazon?
I'm interested in it because I really liked BTAS. I thought BTAS was good. And I really like Bruce Timm. He seems to know what he's doing when it comes to Batman, especially Batman shows.
Yeah.
Because if I remember, I mean, he did a lot of stuff for DC cartoons in the first place. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm kind of nervous on who they're going to get for their Batman voice actor, but
Yeah, that seems to be on everybody's mind too.
I do. If
If
they're
I,
doing the costume that I think they're doing, I'm actually excited because, if this is like a really gothic looking Gotham, and we got Batman with the big ass ears. Oh my god, this is gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
they're gonna bring back the red sky because looking at the poster, it's like kind of a blue sky. But if they make the sky
Yeah.
red, I'm gonna be like a happy little boy.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
could see that. And they're kind of going back to like they're doing what the Batman did. I find this to be slightly redundant, but I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? Like I haven't seen Batman in animation for a little bit.
I feel like they should start with the introduction of Robin. Uh, like just to differentiate itself from the Batman.
Yeah, I
Like maybe
agree.
have the series from Dick Grayson's perspective, or not the Robin's perspective.
Based Xavier based.
Yeah,
I
I
just
What
don't.
about
believe that from the perspective of Robin is like a good way to differentiate itself from like all the other Batman adaptations we're gonna get.
Yeah, that would
uh
be cool if they do that. I don't know if that's what they're going to do, but that would be
yeah.
kind of cool from like Robin's perspective. That would be fucking awesome. But
So
Yeah, like
moving on to Rocket, what's your take, Rocket?
Uh, so, like, at least we have something regarding that. It's,
Yeah.
like, at least it's gonna come out now. In terms of, I'm pretty skeptical about it because of Bruce Timm and J.J. Abrams being behind it.
Yeah.
Bruce Timm hasn't been that great ever since 2016 with the whole Killing Joke situation.
Yeah.
Um, he's pretty weird now. And if you seen if you seen Killing Joke in that Harley Quinn movie, you would know what
ooh,
I'm talking
I
about.
saw the Harley Quinn movie. It
Um,
really,
Yeah.
and J.J. Abrams, this is his first DC project since he made that deal with Warner Brothers back in 2019.
Yeah.
And I'm not really like a fan of J.J. Abrams in terms of his other work, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, I agree. And with that being said, we're going to move on to our next topic. Uh, James Gunn directing the new Superman movie. We're going to start with Xavier on this one. How do you feel about that?
I am really happy. Like, how could I be? James Gunn seems to understand the character and to actually love it. And I cannot wait to see what his vision for Superman is gonna be. Also, he's a really talented director, so.
Personally, um, I'm kind of excited to see where Gunn goes with Superman. Right? I'm really excited. We're gonna have an extra person. I forgot to invite him to the chat. But we're gonna invite, yeah. So Powderoni, Neighboroni, what's going on, Gill?
Nothing much, man. What's going on with you?
So right now we're just talking about Superman Legacy and how James Gunn may be directing the movie. We just got finished talking about Batman, the Caped Crusader on Amazon. Real
Oh,
quick,
that's gonna
what's your
get
thoughts
crazy.
about that?
Oh, well, I think that it's interesting how Amazon seems to be building up like this whole, comic book media portion of their service, and it's weird that, most streaming services are geared towards one of the big two companies. However, Amazon seems to be going, they have products from Marvel, they have products from Image, and they have now products from DC.
Yeah,
And Dynamite, I guess, with the boys, but
yeah.
I just find it really interesting how they seem to be the only streaming service doing that.
Yeah. The other thing that we're talking about is James Gunn as Superman. What's your thoughts on him and on Superman?
I'm not the biggest James Gunn fan in the world, and
Right.
his like philosophy about comic book characters making fun of their, roots, I just think that it's gonna I don't know.
I've been hearing great things about everything I've heard. I like what I'm hearing, but what were you saying, Xavier, about Superman?
No, just that I feel like James Gunn loves Superman, and I feel like he's gonna probably be really close to the source material. And to be honest, I'm actually like interested to see what he's going. Like, if you're referring to anything else, I don't know.
All right, so we're gonna move to Rocket. How do you feel about Superman Legacy now that Gunn may be directing? Bless you.
Uh, yeah, when he announced that he was writing it, I think everyone was like, yeah, he's gonna direct it. So,
Yeah,
I don't really care about him directing a Superman movie since, like, I don't really like his work that much, except for the
yeah,
first Guardians movie.
yeah.
So, yeah, just straight to the point, I'm not that excited.
Vlad, how do you feel about this?
I'm interested in seeing how it goes. I don't I don't really know how it's gonna go, but I've got some hope for it. I kind of
Yeah,
see that it might work out. I just want to give him a chance, because I think the
yeah,
latest DC stuff that we've had has been not the best, especially the Snyder stuff. I just was not a fan of that. So I'm just kind of hoping
okay,
that Gunn can kind of pick things up and fix things, make things, at least try something different in a good way, and try to keep to the
yeah.
comics and stuff without being, just misunderstanding what certain things are.
I my in closing thoughts for me, I think that Gunn has the potential to like tap more into things that people typically like from Superman, or at least the comic book fans that actually really like Superman. Like we're gonna see some like really great moments, and it looks like he's taking some inspiration from All Star Superman. But personally, I kind of feel as though that story is kind of, you know, over. It's gonna sound rough. It's a little overhyped whenever they bring that up, only because it's just like they bring up the book, but it's one of those buzz comics that I keep talking about. But moving on to our next piece of news, Philip Kennedy Johnson is taking over the Incredible Hulk book. I want to get some thoughts, starting with you, Gil.
I'm actually really excited about that. I like
Yeah,
Philip
yeah,
Kennedy Johnson's writing style, and I feel like I'm one of the few people who was a fan of Donny Cates' Hulk book, and I wish that he would have gotten to finish that. But I feel like Philip Kennedy Johnson taking over the Incredible Hulk title, and then bringing back the Incredible Hulk title, I feel like it's gonna do good.
I love the fact that they're bringing back the Incredible Hulk, and I've been really sorry I've been missing out on Hulk books. They've been really solid these past 5 years. It's such a shame. What about you, Vlad? How do you feel about Philip Kennedy Johnson taking over the Incredible Hulk?
I'm not familiar with his writing. I might be interested in it. How long has it been since we got a Hulk book?
We've had Immortal Hulk, and then we've just had Hulk as of late. They're bringing back the Incredible Hulk.
I see.
Yeah, we're back to the Incredible Hulk, right?
Okay. I give it a shot just to see how it is.
Yeah, Rocket, how do you feel?
The same way as Vlad. I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a chance.
Xavier?
Honestly, I am really excited. I feel like a more horror-inspired Hulk book is really the way to go for this, and also Philip Kennedy Johnson is killing it with Action Comics. You know, absolutely.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about his Superman.
Yeah.
I haven't read his Action Comics, but I really liked his work on Extreme Carnage.
Oh, he did Extreme Carnage? I didn't know that.
Extreme Carnage is pretty good, you know?
He did the Alpha and Omega issues of that book.
Oh.
Those were neat.
Yo, Philip Kennedy Johnson just... we might as well rename him Nutella Man. He'd just be spreading himself everywhere. Let's go. Next piece of news I want to hop into is the Suicide Squad game delay. Starting with you, Vlad, how do you feel about this?
I honestly do not give a fuck about the game. I
can say the same about it too. Like, I'm
just gonna be honest with you. It's a live service game about the Suicide Squad fighting fucking mind-controlled Justice League. Someone was smoking some crack in the wrong way in that fucking PR room. I'm just saying. Whoever was doing like the R&D for that, they fucked up. That's gonna be it's gonna be bad. I'm not gonna touch it with a 50-foot stick. That's just no.
There's like
Good, it's delayed. I hope it's delayed indefinitely.
Damn. This is Rocksteady that we're talking about, though. That's crazy.
Well, Rocksteady is really famous for its big delays of video games. You know?
Really? I don't recall them delaying any of the Arkham games, did they?
I was more so talking about GTA 6, from what I've heard.
Oh, no, you're talking. That's Rockstar.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Gill, how do you feel about Suicide Squad being delayed?
The game has honestly, I feel like they need the delay because the criticism they were getting was very valid. Like, how are you going to have a character called Captain Boomerang and give him a gun? And also the fact that they're kind of centering the game around Deadshot and his play mechanic kind of turns me off to it. Because if I'm wanting to play a Suicide Squad game, I'm wanting to play as Harley Quinn, and I want to play, a non-shooter centered Harley Quinn. I want to, use the mallet. I want to use the clown stuff. If I'm playing as King Shark, I don't really want to be playing a shooter, right? I would play a Deadshot game if I want to be playing a shooter,
I hear you, and that also speaks to a different problem with DC games, just their villain choices, right? It's pretty bad. It's either Superman, Brainiac. I saw a tweet about this a while ago. It's either Superman, Brainiac, or the Joker, maybe Deathstroke. Some of the
basically.
That's the thing that bugs the hell out of me, because Brainiac in this game is just not Starro, right?
Yeah. Also, I kind of feel like Brainiac being the villain of the game also takes away, because it's a Suicide Squad game. Why did the Justice League have to be evil for them to be going after them?
Yep.
They could just be going after them in general, and it would still work because they're working for the government, right?
Yeah, they can still be heroic and everything. They don't have to be Brainiac slaves.
We're playing as the villains. That's the whole point of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. And apparently, Rocket and I heard this. We were like, it takes place 5 years after Arkham Knight.
Also, setting it in the Arkhamverse is incredibly stupid.
Right. I agree. I think they should have just like been like, nope, new IP, we're not doing it. It's not the Arkhamverse.
Yeah, like
Yeah. What about you, Rocket? How do you feel about Suicide Squad getting delayed?
So when that game first got announced back in 2020, I never really cared for it.
Yeah, agreed.
Um, like I don't really like this idea of just the Suicide Squad killing, like going after the Justice League, because I don't think they could actually handle the Justice League, if I'm being honest.
Or at least not that iteration of the squad, you know? To keep
Yeah,
doing that.
the Flash could solo all of them easily. Um, yeah, and I don't think this delay could like help the game. Just polish it, but I don't think it'll, convince
Yeah,
people that the game will be good. And I'm hearing a lot of bad things about it. For
already, yeah,
example,
same.
you need an internet connection even if you want to play it solo. That's pretty
Ugh,
bad. So,
that's a huge kick in the pants.
yeah, and it's gonna be competing with Spider-Man 2, which is hard. Um,
Spider-Man
oh,
2 is out, so just because it has been a minute.
yeah. So overall thoughts, yeah, I'm not gonna pick it up. I'll probably
Yeah.
just watch just YouTube, like the whole story on YouTube, because I'm kind of
Uh,
interested on what they'll do with Batman, and that's it.
and speaking of the Flash, just moving on to our next topic, DC apparently is celebrating Wally West. It's kind of weird how they do that, you know, because Barry's been like their fair-haired child, and like Wally's been literally the redheaded stepchild. DC Comics,
Yeah, well,
right?
every once in a while, you gotta give the redheaded stepchild some love, you know?
Well, it's kind of like what Marvel does with Joe Fixit,
Yeah,
where
like
like
especially right now.
where like once in a blue moon, Joe Fixit will be like the center focus of a story, and usually that story's goated. Look at Immortal Hulk.
Yeah.
Joe Fixit was a prominent character in that. And
Yep.
Immortal
literally,
Hulk wasn't good. Immortal Hulk was fantastic.
yeah, man, Immortal
Yeah.
Hulk, and that's part of the reason why I feel like Donnie's book kind of didn't do as well, is because of how like you can't follow up the best run in the character's history and not be underwhelming.
Yeah. Um, I kind of feel like that's the same way with I feel the same about like Joe Fixit too, because like he has a book coming out and I'm just seeing him brutalize the Kingpin in the book, and I'm like,
I know that's so cool.
whoa, whoa. Oh, the gangster Hulk is the more is where the fun stories get told about the Hulk. Like
Yes,
nobody
man.
knows the Hulk's a fucking gangster. Like
Yeah,
he
man. Like
kill shots motherfuckers.
Joe Fixit ran the streets in Vegas for a while. Like,
Yeah.
and honestly, those were my favorite Hulk stories.
I I really dig the Joe Fixit personality. It took me a while, especially when I was reading Peter David's Hulk. But the other thing that makes this Wally West celebration so unique is that like they're doing it for the dawn of DC. So it's very clear that they want their legacy Flash and the OG Flash to be in the
Yeah.
same room together. It's great. But
What happens whenever Wally becomes the OG Flash and Wallace becomes the Legacy Flash, though?
I would like that. I honestly wouldn't mind that. I think Barry's time came and went. Everybody, sorry. So
Yep.
the next thing is, what if developed an original character that we're going to be seeing in their season 2?
Yeah,
Um,
that actually sounds pretty hard.
her name is like
Um,
Cor. I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher this name.
okay.
Her name is like Corey.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's a name, definitely.
It's spelled Kahhorr. or Khhhori.
So, there is anything about this character outside of a really hard to spell name?
Apparently she's like the embodiment of like the Tesseract,
Okay.
transforming a lake into a gateway, the stars and leading to Corey, a young Mohawk woman, on a quest to discover her power. Right.
Okay.
So yeah. So we're getting a new character. The MCU is actually developing new characters. I mean, when people used to say that, it was like, oh, the MCU ever going to develop OCs? And it's just like they kind of have and haven't at the same time. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like Bullseye apparently well, I mean, if we're not going to use the shows, I guess no, they really haven't.
Coulson? Wasn't Coulson basically an OC?
Coulson was an OC, yeah.
Darcy was an OC?
No, Coulson, OC, yeah, you were right. Coulson is an OC,
Yeah.
but I think that's where it kind of like, no, Darcy is also an OC. Same with like Eric
Yeah.
Selvig.
Like, she appeared in the
Yeah.
comics, like, really recently in the new
Yeah,
Scarlet
she's in the
Witch.
current Scarlet Witch book.
Yeah, like I said.
Darcy, Eric Selvig. Let me think
Woo!
of who else. Dr. Eric Selvig.
The dude
From
from
the
the
Thor
Thor
movies?
movies?
Yeah,
Yes, he
he showed up in Steve Rogers' Captain America back when like Steve was like a Hydra agent.
Okay.
So Selvig.
that character from Moon Knight.
Oh, the Layla.
Yeah, I think she was an OC.
Layla's definitely OC. Uh, Falcon and the Winter Soldier didn't have. No, they just gender swapped. Flag Smasher. That's right.
Yeah.
They didn't really do much with Flag Smasher.
Yeah.
Oh, the Power Broker is still Sharon Carter. Yeah, they have very little OCs, right?
Right.
I mean,
You never-
Peggy's an OC, isn't she?
No, Peggy Carter was like around like the 60s.
Oh.
Captain America Yeah, so she's been around a while. I'm trying to think of another OC. Riley is an OC, the guy that Sam Wilson lost when he was Falcon. Riley is an OC, but like that's very little OCs that we could think about. So the MCU is actually creating a new character again, and I'm kind of excited to see where this goes, because What If is pretty solid. I mean, like, I've enjoyed most of the episodes. I think that there's like 2 or 3 that I actually did not like out of the show.
Yeah, and on that topic of them creating OCs, most of their OCs aren't, don't have some form of power,
Yeah.
So that's interesting to see this character. And on that topic of OCs, it's like a lot of characters Marvel has done in the MCU is just kind of pulling from different versions of stuff for their different superheroes, rather than making like their own.
I agree. Yeah.
Like with Hope, apparently, looking into it, Hope is apparently based on Red Queen, which is really fucking obscure. That is like from I think.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What was that?
MC2, yeah. MC2.
Yeah, MC2 with that Hope, and that's where they pulled it from. But that's like the only similarities to it. It's
like she's and her brother was named Big Man.
Yeah, so it's like they pull a lot for some of their characters from really weird sources, but
God, I hate the MC2. I hate on a side tangent, I'm sorry, I can't stand MC2. The only thing worth noting from MC2 is like Spider-Girl. Everything else is boring in MC2.
Exactly.
MC2 is
Never
not as
speak on
interesting.
Cassie Lang again.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, Gill. I hate MC2.
Never speak on Dark Devil again.
Wow.
Dark Devil.
I
Next
love Dark Devil.
order of business: Captain America: Cold War.
Oh,
Ooh.
So right now I'm kind of catching up with Captain America.
Oh,
Both Captain America books, Sentinel of Liberty and Symbol of Truth.
Oh, I
they're
haven't
both
Wow.
finished reading those.
incredible. They're
Yo,
both
man,
incredible.
they are so good. Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty. It hits these like emotional highs, and
Yes.
this book apparently just brought back the invaders and stuff like that. I am
Yeah,
really,
yeah. It brought back
yeah,
the invaders, and it had
No, I
them
think a
fighting
modern
no.
Invaders book. I think a modern Invaders book would actually do really good with a roster like Sam Wilson. Bring on probably Black Panther, probably another good one. Characters like those.
yeah. But John
Yeah.
Ridley's too busy ruining him.
Yeah, I heard that book was really bad.
Nobody cares about it, right? It's just like, how do you come from Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Panther right to John Ridley's, and then it's so like it's such a slap in the face to T'Challa and everything that to what he is. Like he's actually made Black Panther persona non grata in the Marvel universe, right? Like even in other books, like that book is touching other books with its shit stink. Like it touches Captain America, Avengers. Apparently, they talk about it in X-Men sometimes, and it's just like, dog, what are you doing? um, no, Captain America Cold War right now, Gill, is it's going to be the Captain America crossover event between the two Captain America books.
Mhm.
That's gonna be the biggest Captain America. It promises to be the biggest Captain America stories. There's a group called the Revolut. The they're not called the Revolution, but they pretty much are like uh, an Illuminati sort of thing. And Steve and Bucky were in the middle of it, but then they tell Bucky that they were responsible for most of the tragedies in his life. And Bucky and Steve have like this all out knockdown drag out fight, and it is really emotional throughout the entire like fight. Like you kind of feel bad for both of them, right? Where it's like Bucky lost something and he feels like he could change these guys from within and he can destroy them from the inside. Steve's just like, you don't have to descend to their methods. You can you could still be better than them, Bucky, and they just have like this fist fight all over this compound. And then Bucky now has become like the new radical leader of this group.
Oh,
Uh,
well, that sounds cool.
Meanwhile, like Sam is like dealing with vibranium mysteriously making its way out of Wakanda through the White Wolf, and people in black and like African Americans wanting to go to Wakanda because they feel like it's safer for them there. And it's just like that's actually a really interesting story beat that both Captain America books are just hammering home like this really interesting moral question. it's,
Yeah.
it's
Although if I can say something,
yeah,
I feel like Captain America: Symbol of Truth, Sam Wilson book, is actually the more politically interesting of the two. Like it
I agree.
actually
Yeah,
is like more interested in talking about serious political issues, while Captain America's Sentinel of Liberty is just really big emotional moments and punching, at least compared to Symbol of Truth.
oh
And
no, it's the action book. Yeah,
yeah, like, and I'd say the action there is like perfection. Like,
yeah.
genuinely, the art is incredible, the action is breathtaking, the emotional moments are just so good. Sentinel of Liberty is pure superhero books, and I love it for it.
I know, like even the remember when he convinces Redacted to quit being, the way that he is,
Uh,
right? That's the character's name, Redacted, and it's like a giant symbiote metallic creature, right? And he just pretty much goes around and he teaches this thing morality. He talks to other people and he teaches like this sentient AI morality. Steve
Interesting.
Rogers Steve Rogers humbles an AI. That's
because he's Steve Rogers!
right. And then like you got Sam Wilson, who pretty much makes Doctor Doom back down from him. It's pretty sweet in the book, right?
And Deadpool is here.
Deadpool makes jokes about how both of their last names is Wilson. Right, he starts cracking wise about it. There's other aspects of the book that I just really appreciate. Captain America has just been nothing but good, and the fact that these people are going to end up on Guardians of the Galaxy, oh my god! And it's going to be like a space western. Things that I love hearing from comic books: a space western Guardians of the Galaxy book.
Yes.
I'm gonna go hard for real.
Yeah.
This is gonna be. This is where I start reading Guardians. I've been reading Dan Abnett's, but like, I'm gonna start reading Guardians, here. How do you guys feel, Gill? Not Gill. Wasp.
About what was it again?
Captain America: Cold War.
Oh, Cold War. I'm interested in it. I've looked at a little bit of the two Captain America books that are going on right now, and they are kind of interesting. I'm looking forward to see it because it seems like it's a very large event, and I want to see how they handle it. I kind of like Sam Wilson as Captain America. That's really nice, seeing that, and that moment you're talking about with Bucky was really good. I really love that when you showed me that. That was just awesome.
Yeah, that was great. Closing thoughts, Rocket. How do you feel about Captain America: Cold War?
I'm looking forward to it. I think Captain America books have been pretty good so far.
Right.
And the title sounds really cool. Just Captain America: The Cold War.
And then for our final topic right now is Shazam TV spot spoiling the movie. I haven't been paying attention to Shazam: Fury of the Gods, just because this is the least hyped DC movie I'm about. Like, I don't care about anything before James Gunn's slate. I'm gonna be real honest with you.
Right.
Not even Blue Beetle. I don't give a fuck. Right. I'm so not about it. Who Rocket? What did they say that was spoiling the movie?
Yeah, they pretty much showed Wonder Woman.
What? Oh my god!
Yeah, they full on spoiled Wonder Woman being in the movie.
Wait, there's Wonder Woman in this movie?
I mean, yeah. Look, it was kind of obvious that Wonder Woman was going to be in the movie. Because
why?
Bruh.
Okay. Sit there and think for 3 seconds about Wonder Woman's origins in the DCEU, and then who the villains are for this movie and why they're going after
Billy. Cheese and fucking rice.
Oh, wait till you see the other one.
And
Gal Gadot
looks
another Gal Gadot,
What were you saying, Gil?
Huh?
You were saying something about if we think about the villains.
Yeah, the Calypso and the other daughter of Atlas are the villains, and they're going after Billy because he stole the power of the gods.
Are you fucking serious? No, that's a fake.
Yeah.
Wait, they're super. Oh.
No, that's fake. The Superman thing's fake. People are making jokes. The daughters of Atlas.
The Superman cameo in the movie.
Yeah. Real quick, I just go around, starting with you, Gil. How does everybody still feel about Gal Gadot being Wonder Woman? You don't care?
Not a big fan. I don't really care though. So.
All right, Xavier, your turn. How do you feel about
Gal? The first Wonder Woman movie, Wonder Woman 1984, was extremely mid.
Yeah, it's putting it mildly. You're
she's
being
an
really
okay
nice
actress.
by saying it's mid.
She's definitely one of the actresses of all time.
Rocket?
Yeah, I don't really care about her.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done with Wonder Woman. What about you, Vlad? Do you even care that she's Wonder Woman anymore? Because I personally.
I liked her in like the first Wonder Woman movie, but by the point that we get to a reboot, I just want her gone. I want a new Wonder Woman. I want a new, I want everyone to be different. I want all the actors to be changed for the new slate because it's like, why do you have the same Wonder Woman? It's like you're trying to distance yourself from the shit Snyder did, and now you're like, oh, but we're gonna use some of the same actors. Like, no, just change it out. And I did not like her performance in '84. That movie was fucking garbage. So, and I just didn't like her performance in it.
Yeah, I think Wonder Woman 1984 was by far the worst DC movie we've had, and we're about to get the Flash, so I don't know, man. First of all, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, you could tell they did that just to be like, come watch our movie, right? You could totally tell, be like, hey, Wonder Woman's in the movie, right? Isn't it great? I remember the director was just like, oh yeah, there's going to be a Justice League in this movie.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the release calendar here, and then we'll talk about some of the stuff that we've read.
All right, yeah.
Unless there's any other news that we want to talk about here real quick.
No, that's all. That's pretty. We just hit everything.
Everyone
Right.
who's listening to this should read Red Goblin #2 by Alex Pognadell, and it comes out next week.
All right. The release calendar.
Red Goblin was.
Gil, do you want to join the stream because we're just going to be talking about some of the comics coming out this or rather next week.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Oh, we're going to be talking about the comics this week in Vlad's stream.
Yep. Alright, so we got our release calendar pulled up.
So we're coming. So Captain Marvel, that's Kenzie's book. Wolverine, I have not been paying attention. Avengers Forever sucks. The Hulk, we're getting close to the end of Donny Cates' Hulk book. I've enjoyed the first arc. Smashernaut is fucking hilarious and it's cool.
Smashernaut, that is funny.
Symbol of Truth, I've been enjoying this. I still have to catch up. Secret Invasion, please read Secret Invasion. Please.
Okay. I'll read Secret Invasion. Just need to be done with some stuff.
Yeah, I'll
Secret
definitely be
Invasion
checking it
is
out.
so good. Ryan North's Secret Invasion, oh my god. It is probably, like, I've discussed this in great detail. This is the best one. Between the two of them, this is the better one.
Yeah.
Right? I like both of them, but this one I like more.
Yeah, I've seen you shared some of the stuff, and it does look pretty interesting, so I'll definitely have to check it out.
And then we've got Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, right in time for the, Disney Plus show. Nobody cares about Gold Goblin.
Hey! I do!
That's not true. Gold Goblin's actually a pretty good book. I'm gonna be real with you.
Oh my god.
From Christopher,
Gold Goblin is awesome.
I can't write well.
Christopher, I
listen, man, I
can't
don't
write
know-
well.
I don't know
Oh,
if
that
Cantwell-
is a...
Listen, man, I don't know
Ooh.
if Cantwell got a ghostwriter on this book or something, but the book's actually goated. I'm gonna be real with you. Like,
Oh, you excited for the next issue? It's like issue 5.
yeah, the last issue of the series.
Oh, no way, it's the last one?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, good. Fuck this book. No, play. We've got Miles Morales, Spider-Man. JP's gonna flip. Avengers War Across Time. I'm gonna flip out
Me
because
too,
I've been
issue
enjoying
two.
this.
I
I've been
cannot wait for this
enjoying-
one. This one is going to be so much fun, because they're fighting E3. Oh my
Oh, yeah.
god!
No,
I
it's
cannot
they're
wait.
fighting Sindri.
Oh, Sindri,
and like,
that's right, his name's Sindri. God damn, all
And then
these
they-
elves
and then-
have the same name.
and then Paul Levitt said that they're gonna get back to Kang on this issue, which I find it funny where it's just like this book is still about Kang fighting the Avengers. I promise.
Yeah, but we gotta get sidetracked here, but God, I love it.
And I love how like Peter Parker and like all of his supporting cast show up in this book. I love it. Then we've got Bishop War College, right? This is where Bishop
Who
goes to a
reads
different
this?
reality. I have no clue. I have absolutely no idea. But then we've got Red Goblin, which was what Gill was talking about. I've heard nothing but
Goated
good things
series.
about this one too. I've heard nothing but good things about like the first issue. People have been singing this book's praises. Immoral
Deserved
X-Men.
praises.
Immoral X-Men is like the Sins of Sinister, which I finally got to, and I was just like, yeah, this is pretty funny.
Yeah.
The Excellent, which is pretty much the other X-Force from like the 2000s that nobody talks about, where they were like kind of like celebrities. Yeah, this is that one, and then we've got Hellcat issue 1. Who reads Hellcat?
There's quite a bit of Hellcat fans on Twitter, so I'm sure they're going to be reading this.
The Echo Chamber has fans. I'm playing. The one place where yeah. And then, you know what? Out of all the books, let's just go around and talk about which one we're excited for the most. So I'll start. Avengers War Across Time is probably my most anticipated book. I'm not really looking forward to anything Spider-Man related for a while. I'm going to probably sit Spider-Man out. I don't think there was anything Spider-Man related this week, right?
Gold
just
Goblin.
Miles Morales, you know.
You're asking for it, bro. You're asking for it.
I know. I'm asking for some shit to go down. Someone's gonna get me for saying that.
Yo, I'm gonna fucking complete Donny Cates' Hulk. Poor guy, you know what he's going through right now. I'm gonna be there for it because like he got off Thor and it made me sad when he was getting off Thor because I was like, wow, he had a lot to say with this guy.
Yeah.
Wait,
right?
Donny Cates is not on Thor anymore? What happened?
No, he's not on Thor. Some other guy's on Thor. I forgot his name. I know I just don't care about Thor.
He's just taking a break right now. They're calling them guest writers, so I'm guessing that means that Cates is just going to come back eventually.
Oh, you for real? Because I was kind of worried he was never coming back. Because I don't really care about the Thor. Yeah, Cates left Thor. He's getting off of Hulk here next week, in the week after, for Hulk number 14. Like that's going to be where he stops Hulk, right? And then I think Philip Kennedy Johnson's going to pick up Hulk a month or two after that. So yeah, we're going to be getting the fact that the Hulk book has been like a big part of Marvel, right? Like I'm catching up on Immortal Hulk, and cheese and fucking rice. This book is so good.
Yeah.
Immortal Hulk is solid. Just banger after banger after banger. That's how you know Al Ewing just knows what he's doing.
Yes, Al Ewing has been killing it. Seriously.
Yep.
Al Ewing
Since
Venom goes
2013.
crazy, I'm gonna be real. And now Brian Hitch's toxic art is off of the book, and Kafu, our Morton savior, has taken over.
Gill, how do you feel? Oh, my bad.
It made it actually pleasant to look at.
Gill, how do you feel about the Avengers book by Jed McKay?
I'm very excited about that.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You know the first thing that they're going to be dealing with is Terminus, the scavenger, right?
Oh,
You guys
I got
know that,
something to
right?
bring up here
I love
too.
Jed McKay's. Jed McKay's Doctor Strange book comes out in a few weeks, doesn't it?
Dude, I'm all in on Jed McKay. I'm reading Avengers and Doctor Strange from him now. That's it.
Yeah, me too.
You gotta read Moon Knight too.
All chips. Well, how far is Moon Knight? How far along is Moon Knight? Because I think it's like he's in like the teens of the book, like 11, 12.
20s.
Oh, he's in the 20s of the book.
Yeah.
I'll catch up on Marvel Unlimited. I'll read it.
Yeah.
I just got caught up on the current Ghost Rider book. It actually goes hard.
Oh, cool. I was thinking about reading that. So thanks. I've read like the first issue when it came out. It's pretty nice.
Do you want to start, Gill, on Ghost Rider? Because right now we're getting into comics that we've read.
Yeah, sure.
So how do you feel about Ghost Rider?
The current book is actually phenomenal, but there is one issue that I have with it, and that is that one of the main supporting cast of the book looks exactly like Andy Benton and acts exactly like Andy Benton, but is not Andy Benton, and that just kind of gets on my nerves.
Yeah, bro. I feel that.
But the designs in the book are actually like phenomenal, right? Like Exhaust, Danny Ketch is coming back as Death Rider in the current arc, but he's like under the control of Weapons Plus.
Ooh, that's interesting. A weapons plus Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it actually like the design's really cool too, and he still has the sword from Death Rider.
yeah,
So
I feel that. Um, Vlad, you want to go next?
Yeah, I can go next here. So I really haven't been reading anything recent. None of the stuff has really flipped my interest. But I do have two things I want to talk about. I just read God Loves Man Kills, and that was really good. That's I think the first actual X-Men book that I've read, and it is fan-freaking-tastic. I love it. It was just an amazing book all the way through. I liked all the
And you
political...
just
Yeah, sorry.
saw X2,
Yeah, I
which
did.
was
I just watched X2 as well the other day. Oh, I fucking loved it. I just love all the political themes, and it's so weird how you can apply a lot of those political themes nowadays, and it's like, you know, a book from the 80s is still applicable now. That's... Don't know how I feel about
it's
it, but
crazy. Yeah,
it's so good, though. I love it.
Yeah,
I recommend it.
that is like honestly
I'm so excited.
what it feels to read like a truly like interesting political themed story. Like you can still appreciate its themes and relating it to the modern day.
Right.
Yeah.
The other thing is, and these are both like older books I've been reading, just because nothing interests me. But I started reading Avengers Crossing, which is an arc. It's a very interesting arc. I guess I should have read some other stuff. I know something happened in the mansion beforehand, like it got destroyed, and then a Celestial rebuilt it, and all sorts of weird shit's happening, and it's like a murder mystery. These first like 2 or 3 issues is like a murder mystery, like trying to figure out who killed. Oh my god, the other Yellow Jacket, whatever her name is. Oh god.
Oh, Rita,
Yeah,
whatever.
Rita, because she's like doing some time travel weird shit, and then she's like, I gotta warn the Avengers, and then she shows up and is like, gets got by an Iron Man doppelganger. Oh my god, it is just so comic booky, and I love it. And the fact that it's a murder mystery is amazing. And the main reason I'm reading this is because this is where like Bug Wasp kind of shows up, which is what I'm mostly interested in. Is like seeing that entire arc on how Janet turns into just a weird looking freakish abomination. But it's a good story arc so far. I recommend reading it.
So far, I've heard nothing but bad things about the Crossing. Like amongst the Avengers fan base, everybody says it's a bad thing. Oh, Tim.
Yeah, I can see it. It's just so weird. Everything in it is just so nonsensical.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially like other books have spoiled it. Well, I'm surprised you don't know who it is.
oh, I know who it is.
Oh yeah.
So...
Because like that's why I don't go to it. That's why I've never read it. I'm like, no, I'm not going there.
Yeah, no, I know who it is, and it's like,
yeah,
it's like, wow, this is just,
yeah.
I mean, I know it is bad, but I'm enjoying it because it's so stupid. Like, that's like the kind of person I am. It's like, you know, it's like the same thing with Love and Thunder. I hated the movie, but I enjoyed it because it was so stupid.
Yeah, you and me both, man. You know, I feel the same about reading the current Amazing Spider-Man. So...
Yeah.
Are you gonna continue? Oh, cool.
No, I'm done with my points here. And the other thing I'm going to bring up, I can't remember, I think it's Al Ewing's daughter is writing a book with Namor and the Wasp in it. It's a rumor that I heard. I don't know if it's true. I need to find the post again, but it looks like it is true, and I'm kind of interested to see what the fuck that's about. Like, all of a sudden this year, we're getting so much love for Janet, and it's amazing. She's in so much stuff this year. But, anyways, Xavier, so what have you been reading?
Well, I've been really, rotating my reads recently between the current Captain Marvel book, which I'm catching up to. It's really fantastic. I'd say it's really fun. It feels like a lot like sort of a Captain Marvel animated series, with every arc feeling kind of like an episode, or like a story arc, like multi-part episode. Well, multi-part episodes. Well, you get the point. But yeah, it's really good. Also, I am reading currently Black Panther by Ta-Nehisi Coates, which is incredible. It's a really political series. It's something that I find extremely interesting, Also, this series made me really, really like The Crew as a super team. For those who don't know, The Crew is basically a super team comprised of black superheroes like Luke Cage, Manifold, Storm, Black Panther, and so on. And it's really, really interesting to see them in action, especially in the second arc, Avengers of the New World. Also, issue 169 was like almost exclusively told through the art, because there was no dialogue, and my god, it was fantastic. It was really, really good. Then I've read X-Men Welcome to Genosha, which is like Uncanny X-Men 235 to 235, 236, 237, and 238. It was basically the introduction of Genosha. And someone who was used to see Genosha in X-Men cartoons and like other X-Men media, it's really interesting to see it as this sort of a nation that segregates mutants as basically slave labor. And I can also say the story was really interesting in telling its political themes. I can also, it had some solid character moments for Havoc and Metal and Pryor. Yeah, I'd say it's like a really underrated story. In my opinion, if you want to read like a really good and really interesting X-Men story, and you've read like the classics, Welcome to Genosha is a great recommendation. Also, I've been reading the current Amazing Spider-Man book, because I don't know why I still follow that series. We're getting into the revelation of the big mystery, and it's something. It's definitely something. My god. This issue had me reading like a brand new day arc just to understand who was this bearded weirdo kicking Peter Parker's ass.
Zeb Wells is a hack.
Hey, he made Hellions. Yeah.
That was a Ghost Rider.
Eh? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Zeb Wells is hilarious. He's in a really weird spot in his somebody brought up a very good point. They were like, this may just be the case where Zeb Wells, right, for Spider-Man, this is like his only chance to write Spider-Man, and he's got to do it this way. He's got to play by their rules, otherwise he'll never write Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, because
at that point, I would have rather just like pitch a different Spider-Man book or something like that. Just because like those books do, I think those books do better, right?
Yeah, I agree. Like every single Spider-Man book is like interesting, creative, experimental, character-driven, super good. Like, except the main book. Like the main book is like it has moments of greatness. It has good stories in it, but like it's like always bogged down by like so much editorial that like it really sucks the enjoyment out of a Spider-Man book.
It sucks the fun out of it. And the thing that I think, like we've spoke about this a few times here, I kind of just feel like people really need to take a break from Spider-Man. Just take a break. Take a step back. Read other characters. Go to DC. Go to Dynamite. Go to Image.
Go to
if
your
you wanna
local bookstore and
or if you
buy
want to read another
buy
Marvel
a book.
character, go read like Iron Man or like the Fantastic Four. Like what's
Or
the
the
harm in trying other things? You know what I mean? Personally, I kind of blame everybody on Spider-Man right now because it's only gotten to this point because everybody chooses to hate read the book, where it's just like, oh my god, I can't believe they haven't undone one more day. Well, make them sweat. Give them a reason to get rid of it. Stop buying the book.
Yeah.
At this point, it's everybody's fault, mine included. I know I was buying the book. I was reading all through Nick Spencer and all through Beyond, and I wasn't sure if I was going to stick around for Zeb Wells's. But then I read the first 5 issues, and I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not. I'm into it, but I'm not that into it. Issue 6 and 7 come out, and I'm like, nah, this isn't for me. This isn't. I don't like this book. Right. That's the problem here. Like Spider-Man, I'm taking a break from Spider-Man, and I'm going to come back to it when a series actually interests me. I feel like with Ultimate Invasion, we might get that in the form of Ultimate Spider-Man. I hope Ultimate Spider-Man comes back. Right? It'd be funny if Hickman was writing Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, Hickman, like, isn't Peter Hickman, like, really has a grasp of what makes Spider-Man work?
Yeah.
Like, Hickman, I know that the guy would never do a Spider-Man story. Like,
yeah.
Because, like, it's not in his wheelhouse, He's, like, the big cosmic idea guy. He's not, like, the really low-stakes guy, But, like...
Yeah, no, and I really do feel like Spider-Man could do with somebody like that, because that's what JMS did. He was I'm not too familiar, but you want me to fix these things? Fine, I'll fix them. And then we got Spider.
Also, I feel like Hickman is like the only person that would undo One More Day.
Hickman would undo, and they would actually listen to him.
Yeah, because they made Iron Man and Mr. Fantastic and Beast basically villains in New Avengers.
Right? He would let it go. Like Marvel would let it go if Hickman said, "Time to get rid of it." Right?
Yeah.
But if you were to do something like Ultimate Spider-Man, like he would try and put them in a position where Marvel could have their cake and eat it too. It's like, all right, you want Peter Parker to be young and single? All right, then why don't you just do that to Ultimate Peter, and we give 616 Peter everything that people have been asking for? That sense of progression, and these characters actually feel like characters again. Or he does that with Ultimate Spider-Man. Like Ultimate Peter's allowed to be more traditional than 616.
I feel like it's gotta be that.
Yeah, because I feel like they can afford to be experimental, and if the project works, right, where it's just like at that point it's like everybody starts speaking with your wallet. Really go into your comic book shop, right, and buy the book with the things that you like from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, buy The Lost Hunt!
Yeah, buy The Lost Hunt. Buy Renew Your Vows. Buy books like that. You want
Buy Deadly Neighborhood!
Yeah. You want these things? Start showing them you want these things.
Yeah, I it's not even that I want One More Day to be undone. Because, to be honest, would the quality of Spider-Man books be that dramatically better if the main solution to all the problems of current Spider-Man books was that he was married?
I see what you're saying, but I feel like to remove the whole Mephisto has a hold over his love life thing, I feel like that in and of itself is a problem. right?
Yeah, to be honest, even if,
Because it's
I
now
just
like
want
where
him
another
to
writer
regret.
wants to come in and he wants to rock the boat a little bit. He can't because he's under, Peter's under Mephisto's thumb, even though Marvel tends to forget that every once in a while. Right? They're like, "Oh yeah, no, we forgot it," but the readership doesn't like to let anybody forget. Like, "Oh yeah, he still made a deal with the devil." And it's still coming from the same comic book fans that are like, "Hank Pym is a fucking abuser. See, look, Ultimates issue 1." Right.
Yeah.
Not Ultimates issue 1. Like, look at the first volume of Ultimates. He's a bad person. Hank
Yeah.
bad
I
person
got you.
all around. Right? It's like
Yeah.
the same people who talk like that are the same people who keep fueling this book, where they're like in the same panel. I view MJ as a sister, and even Black Cat in the same panel was like, "No, you don't."
Yeah.
Yeah, but
We're
who?
just like, read the book, god damn it! What's so hard?
Yeah, and who? But reading is cringe. You know what is actually better? Hate on a book. But
Yeah, remember when they said, I only read comics. The way that I read comics is I only read my favorite characters' dialogue, and then I close the book. Right? I'm like, you do what?
who said that?
You do? I don't know, but I remember I was just scrolling through Twitter one time, and that's what happened. I was like, yo, excuse me. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not how you. Vlad saw it too. He was like, that's not how you read comics.
No, it's not. It's like, just because I like the Wasp doesn't mean I just go and find books that has the Wasp in it and read it. No. It's like when I read
Yeah,
Avengers
yeah.
98, even though the Wasp wasn't in all the issues, I still read through the entire 98 run until I think issue 58. And then I read after that a little bit. I've been reading some of Austin's stuff.
Yep. I'm so sorry for you, by the way, for reading Austin's Avengers.
It's fine.
But like, you see, it's like shit like that where it's just like, guys, ease off. If you don't want these things, stop talking about them. Stop giving into these things. Speak with your wallet. Don't. It's like they don't get it. It's just like the more you say it's bad, the more that other people are going to be like, "Oh, well, let me see. I want to derive context from this." And it's just like, fuck, man. Now you gave them an incentive, right? Like, I'm one to talk to because I'm reading Avengers currently, and we've got one more month with Aaron. Okay.
Yeah. I totally feel you because I feel this. I am doing kind of that with Amazing. Like I've been pirating it, and I've been reading it. Yeah, I've just been reading it because I find it funny to explain it to like a friend of mine. Like, hey guys, so basically this issue we had we had Mary Jane and a dude named Paul. Like a fucking rival from Pokemon, just taking their kids to the park. Then we see a tornado, and we're like, and MJ is calling Peter, and you see it too? Yeah, I see it. And then we get a flashback, and we get when Peter and Mary Jane were dating, and Peter fights this dude who looks like Ted Kaczynski. I don't know why he looks like Ted Kaczynski, and we get like the fight, and. I don't know. The issue ends.
I don't know. The issue ends. That's the best way to describe the current Amazing series. I don't know. Things happened.
You know why? Does this summary just capture why I read the book?
Yup. That's probably the best description because I saw a little bit of it too. Through like screenshots and stuff, and I'm like, nah, I'm not. See, this is why I'm not reading this book.
Yeah.
But like, and then it's just like, guys, you want to support good series, you want to talk about stuff of quality, like go read The Wasp.
Exactly.
Go read Sins of Sinister.
Go read The Wasp. Go read Sins of Sinister.
Yeah, and it
Go
really
read
sucks with The Wasp because so many people are hyped for it. And then Marvel, like on like a Women's Day, International Women's Day, when they're hyping all their other books, all their female characters, you know who didn't get any fucking hype? Janet. Her book was not on their fucking shit. And so many people are pissed off. They're like, you spent so long hyping this up. You're like, yeah, Ewing's doing a Wasp, anniversary for this character. You don't hype it up. And it's like, people are like, this is a good book. People need to read this. This is good. And it's like, no, they didn't even want to get any shit. So please, just read Al Ewing's Wasp 1 and 2. Just please read it. Really good shit.
I'll read it.
Go
I'll read
the
it once
Wasp.
I'm done with some of my reads.
Go read the Wasp. Go read World's Finest, right? Go read Hulk.
Go read the new run of Action Comics.
Go read Punisher. Those are
Go read Something
books?
Is Killing the Children or House of Slaughter. Or
go read
if you're,
that. Read something
or if
else.
you have Webtoon, go read Prince of Southland or Heartstopper.
Anyway, I think we've been on our soapbox too long, fellas. I think we should call it here. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go ahead and call it here. That was pretty good stuff here. Yeah. Alright, guys, well, that was that for this episode of Comic Cast, and I will see y'all next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see ya,
You guys
guys.
have a good one. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Yep.
See ya. Have a good day.
Yep.